Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing 5 high protein breakfast recipes that all take less than 10 minutes to make and can help you reach your protein goals. But many of what you think of typical American breakfast doesn't include adequate amounts of protein for you to meet your protein goals, stay fuller for longer than an hour. I know we've all been there where we're just eyeing the clock at work and it's literally only 10 a.m. and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm like hungry. When is lunch? So eating breakfast in general and eating a protein-rich breakfast can help you actually be more present and effective at work. Help us build strong, healthy bones and muscles. And I know you probably already know that, but it can also build your immunity, help you recover faster from the gym and in sickness. Also, research suggests that eating a high protein breakfast can decrease cravings later on and decrease the likelihood of having a binge. So we are big fans of protein here at the Roasted Veggie. And if you're new here, I'm Charissa and I'm a registered dietitian and I help women and give them the knowledge to be happy and healthy and nourish their body. I always recommend having at least 20 to 30 grams of protein in your breakfast, not only because my clients have seen such amazing transformation in their satiety, their muscle retention, and overall managing their hunger, but I've also seen a personal benefit with it. I've personally been going to the gym more, lifting weights, and I really feel like eating enough protein has helped maintain muscle mass. But okay, I know you're here for the recipes, so let's hop in the kitchen and get cooking. Some of y'all in the comments were saying that this looks like an Oreo. But it's just my mic. I'm just starting out, okay? But should I change the mic? So the first high protein breakfast recipe we're gonna make is high protein blueberry cheesecake overnight oats. So start off with getting a jar or a container of your choice, something that has a lid that you can pop on top and something that's just super easy for you to take on the go or eat quickly in the morning. Then you're gonna add 2/3 cup of oats, 1.5 tablespoons of your favorite vanilla protein powder. This is the one that I use. 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. That's gonna be what gives us our classic cheesecakey creamy texture. 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. I'm using non-fat, but you can use whole milk yogurt. I actually think that'll probably taste better, but that does offer a little bit more calories if that's what you're into and you don't mind it. Then I'm gonna add 2/3 cup of milk, which I love the Fairlife milk. A dash of vanilla, but measure with your heart, teaspoonish. And then a tablespoon of sweetener of choice. I'm using pure 100% honey, but you can do normal sugar, sweetener, a good quality maple syrup. Then you want about a tablespoon of that. Be sure to make sure you're mixing it really well because you might have some clumps of cream cheese, so really just get in there, okay? Then just set that aside and go over to your stovetop. Okay, in a small saucepan like this, put your heat to around medium, low medium, and you're gonna add about 3/4 cups of blueberries and another 1 tablespoon of your sweetener. Keep on cooking this down until the blueberries have bursted and you can kind of get like a blueberry jam situation. It should take less than 6 minutes or so. You don't have to use fresh blueberries. You can actually use frozen blueberries with this as well. If you're in a major time crunch, you can even put this in the microwave and heat it for about 2 to 3 minutes until you get a jam consistency as well. Wow, it smells so good. Cooking down the blueberries is really kind of going the extra mile, but if you really want to just skip this step and not do any cooking at all, just throw in fresh blueberries and it'll still be really delicious. And you'll still get those antioxidants and fiber. It's really beneficial for our overall health. So I'm gonna stop here because this is how I personally love my blueberries. I still want them kind of whole, but like, you know, they're still jammy and gooey and nice. Let it cool down a bit, and when it is cool, start adding the blueberries to your oatmeal mixture. And go ahead and mix it all together. Could eat this right away. You can meal prep it and put it in your fridge to set overnight, and it's gonna get even more thicker and creamy. Like, look at all those beautiful colors and swirls. You know you're getting high protein, high fiber, healthy fat, antioxidant. You know you're starting your morning off right. This just looks insane. It looks like a dessert. Taste test. It's insane. If you're one of those people that really loves like sweets for breakfast, or even find yourselves craving dessert often, this could literally be such a good option. Even just adding a little bit of cream cheese and makes it so creamy and rich without it being like an actual cheesecake. Making regular cheesecake can take over an hour, but this is literally done in less than 10 minutes. You can have it for breakfast, get your protein in, get your fiber, your antioxidants. You guys literally have to try this. So I'm not over here fangirling by myself. Okay, cute Sophie break. Look at how this girl is sleeping. So this one's going to be for my savory lovers. It's going to be a high protein ham, cottage cheese, and egg tortilla. Kind of like a quesadilla vibe. So I'm first gonna chop 1 stalk of green onion. And I promise this is going to be all of the prep work that you need. Then in a bowl, crack 2 eggs. I remember back in the day where I would only eat 1 egg, and that's really just not enough, and not enough protein, because 1 egg only probably has about 6 or 7 grams of protein if you also eat the egg yolks, which I used to not do that, so get some more in, it's okay. Then add your green onion. For my color, I'm going to add some spinach, and I like to just rip it a little bit just so it's smaller. You want about like a handful or so. Then you want a 1/4 cup of cottage cheese. I feel like this is the best brand. I've had a lot of cottage cheese from different brands and I like this one a lot. This packs so much protein. Then just season it how you like it. A pinch of salt, pepper, garlic powder, and red pepper flakes. Then just mix it on up. And then on your pan, put it to medium-low heat. And look what I just got off of Amazon. Don't mind this. I don't think this is all that cute. But like, she's an olive oil sprayer. Not just olive oil. I think you can put any oil in here. But this is going to be my first time trying out. So go ahead and oil your pan. Oh, the surface area is kind of crazy. I don't know if I like her, guys. Or my grip strength is just so bad. Okay, so we oiled the pan and take our egg mixture and put it on the pan. And for a rule of thumb, you kind of want it to be the size of your tortilla. These are the tortillas I'm going to be using today. I have used them for these fajitas that I got from my Hungry Root package, which if you don't know what Hungry Root is, it's like a grocery delivery service, but it's so cool because they give you recipes and you really don't have to think much about eating healthy, and it just makes it so much easier to. So I'm just finishing up these flour tortillas. I actually really love the taste of these. I think my egg is bigger than my tortilla, but let's just go with it. Basically, you're just gonna put it down right on top of the egg. Let that finish cooking until the egg is done how you like it. So while that's cooking, I just kind of want to talk about, make sure you try to get your most non-stick pan. That's gonna make this way easier. I live in a small, New York apartment, so I really have to cut down on appliances and pans, or else it just gets way too big. I just really do not have the space. I always use the HexClad for everything. I love my HexClad, but you'll see that I've had this for like 3 years now and I use it every single day. And granted, when I first got it, I don't think I took the best care of it. So it is, I feel, losing that completely non-stick aspect of it. But nonetheless, for you, make sure you just use a non-stick pan and it'll make your life way easier. I'm gonna put a plate on top and flip it like that. See how so non-stick this is not anymore? That's honestly annoying. So again, please use a non-stick pan, your best one. Put back the wrap tortilla side down back onto the heat, just to get it a little more crispy. It smells so good, you guys, seriously. And then just take some ham or your deli meat of choice. You could do turkey, ham, you could do bacon. It's up to you, or you could omit it completely, but this is also gonna be a good source of protein. And just lay it on top like this, only on half of the tortilla. And then you're just gonna fold it over once it's ready. And boom, your breakfast is complete. And you can get it as toasty, as crusty as you like it. I kind of like mine with a good little browning on the tortilla. And this is it. I just basically cut it back on the cutting board that I used to cut the green onions. I've cut it in half and I topped it with the remaining green onions. And guys, it literally smells so good. Let me show you what the inside looks like. You could add cheese if you wanted. You can really make do and keep it versatile of which protein meat that you wanted, or you could take it out completely and I would just add more egg to it. But it smells so good, so let's go ahead and give this a taste. Sorry, it's so good. I'm talking with my mouth full. If you're one of those people that goes through the drive-thru, gets your little Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks breakfast, this is literally it, and you made it in your home. You made it even more high protein, less sodium. Those options tend to be high in sodium and calories. Also, if you drizzle this with some hot sauce, I like super balanced. So chia gives you carbs, you got protein from the egg, ham, and you got your vegetable or color, I like to say, with the spinach, and just such good flavor. For even better fiber and nutrients, you can even add a side of fruit, but this is killer. Next recipe is essentially only 5 ingredients. So the first ingredient will be, again, non-fat plain Greek yogurt. Great source of protein coming from this. And we're gonna add some extra flavor, extra protein from this ricotta cheese. And as you can see, this isn't as much as the Greek yogurt, but it adds just extra creaminess, extra flavor. And a 1/4 cup has about 4 grams of protein, and that's what we're gonna use. So just a little extra added protein boost. Lemon, so we're just gonna zest it. We're not gonna use any of the juice, so you can save that for another recipe. And some raspberries. And the final ingredient is granola, which if you have packaged granola, by all means, use it up. But I don't have any packaged granola. I'm just gonna use some basic oats that I have in this jar. This is like a nut medley that has a whole bunch of seeds, like pumpkin seeds, almonds, cashews, pecans, the good stuff. And I think I'm just gonna mix this with some honey, and that'll be like my granola. You can get a cup, glass jar, a little parfait cup if you have it. Space is limited, so we're just gonna make do with a little cup that I have and have always had since moving here, and it works just fine. So you're gonna want about 3/4 cup of yogurt, 1/4 cup of cottage cheese. If you don't like ricotta cheese, or if you don't have it on hand, then you can use cottage cheese. You can use even maybe mascarpone would be really yummy, kind of give it like a tiramisu cream kind of flavor. I thought this was a fun little twist on the basic yogurt parfait. Make sure to wash your lemon, and I'm just gonna zest it. I think standard you should do about like a 1/4 teaspoon. And if you like it more zesty, just add more to it. Also, this is so not a zester. This is literally just like a cheese grater that I got from Italy. So like, I always say you don't have to get the most craziest gadgets. I feel like a lot of things can double as other equipment. It just smells like summertime. Can I mix this up? It like looks more airy and creamy and just like so divine. Wait, not the lemon matching my nails. Wait, I love this. You know, it's just the little things that make a girl happy. So this is the step where you're gonna take your granola, and since I don't have granola, I'm gonna make shift my own and just do some hefty little scoop of oats. Totally just eyeballing it. Oats have amazing nutrients that will help stabilize your blood sugar, help decrease cholesterol, really great healthy fibers. And for added texture and more fiber, protein, healthy fats to make this a really well-balanced meal, I'm adding in some of my mixed nuts, and to sweeten it, I'm gonna add some honey, about a tablespoon. Then lastly, we're just gonna top it with some freshly washed and dried raspberries. And I chose raspberries because, I mean, come on, like raspberry and lemon is just a pair that's so delicious together. But you can use blueberry lemon, strawberry lemon, any fruit really could work with this, and I think it's just equally going to be delicious. Yeah, so use what you have on hand. Literally there you have it. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. And berries are really great fruits to prioritize fiber and antioxidants because they're just more dense in fiber compared to other fruits. Not saying to not eat other fruits, but a lot of other fruits tend to be higher in more sugar or water versus actual fiber and nutrients. So raspberries or berries in general are great options if you're struggling with fruit but still want to make sure you're getting in those nutrients that you need to nourish your body. This is literally my breakfast right now. I finished 2 calls this morning and they were like earlier calls. Sometimes I do wake up and I don't eat breakfast right away. I'm kind of that person that needs a little time. So I actually kind of start working and around like 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. I choose to eat breakfast or whenever I can really fit it in. So this is literally gonna be my breakfast this morning and I'm so excited. So let's eat. If you love like lemon, citrusy, like desserts or like tangy food items, this is gonna be for you. It's definitely not too sweet. You can control the sweetness if you like by adding more granola if your granola is sweetened. If you made your own granola like I did, you can just add more honey to sweeten it up a little bit because it is giving tangy and not too sweet, but like you're getting great nutrients of protein, fiber, antioxidants, and I just know this is going to be so filling for me and it's so like summery and delicious. So the next recipe is for my Filipinos or anyone that actually loves to eat rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is for you. This isn't traditionally Filipino or anything, but it is incorporating rice, a more savory option for breakfast. And that's just something that I always grew up eating. And it's so funny because we really can just put an egg on everything and call it breakfast. But this is going to be a savory kimchi fried rice that's high protein, packed full of flavor, and also vegetables to keep you just nourished and satiated in the mornings. And this is a really great leftover recipe. So say you have just random stuff in the fridge, leftover random vegetables you have, it's just so easy to throw in anything that you want to get rid of and eat and not waste. So let's get started on the recipe. So heat a pan on around medium-high heat and put like about a teaspoon of sesame oil. Add in about a teaspoon of minced garlic because I love garlic and it wouldn't be a rice recipe without garlic. And I'm gonna start adding my vegetables that I kind of want to be cooked down and soft because it's gonna cook pretty fast. So I have some shredded carrots, so I'm just gonna add a handful, as well as my leftover rice. And as you can see, this is in a package because we literally order from the sushi place and their entrees always come with like a side of rice, but we never eat it. Again, use up leftover rice without wasting it. We're gonna start breaking down the rice a little bit because as rice cools down, resistant starch starts to develop, and that's why it's just like this ball. So you kind of gotta let it heat up, and once it's ready, you can just start breaking it down a little bit, making it softer and more like individual grains instead of this mountain of rice. So that was like the perfect serving of rice for me, just because it's already pre-portioned, but you can like make a big batch of it and save it for later and literally eat it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner whenever you want it. But this will be like kind of like a 1 to 2 serving portion for me. Okay, and let me just like rant a little bit while this rice cooks down. So rice is not bad for us, okay? Like rice is a carbohydrate source, it's affordable, it's convenient, it's a great vessel to add in more nutrition and protein to your meals. And the more that we can add those nourishing ingredients to it, like protein and vegetables, the more we can actually enjoy rice without worrying that it's gonna spike our blood sugar or like cause us to gain weight or anything. Because just think about that portion of rice that I put. Imagine if I just ate that. Valid, like of course I would eat that and still not be full, but imagine adding proteins, the vegetables, all this stuff we're adding to it. It just automatically makes you eat less of the rice and more of other things, so it's a more balanced plate versus just eating the rice. You know what I mean? But don't get too hung up or strung up on like the specific ingredients, but like you really need to look at food and a balanced plate as a whole. See, my rice is already pretty much broken down, so I moved it off to the side, and in one pan, I'm going to spray the side with a little bit more oil just so it doesn't stick, because I'm going to cook my egg. One egg only has about 7 grams of protein, which isn't really enough for breakfast, so I'm going to add 3 eggs. Yes, 3 eggs. If you want, you could do 1 or 2 eggs and add in some frozen edamame or leftover tofu or any other leftover protein that you have to add more protein to this without it coming from just eggs. And while that cooks down, I'm gonna add more vegetable or color by adding kimchi, and this is also gonna really bring out way more flavor than you could ever imagine. I like it pretty mild-ish, so I'm only gonna be using that much kimchi, which is probably like 2 tablespoons. But of course, if you love kimchi, if you love that soury, tangy taste, then by all means use more, use less, make it suit you and your taste buds. So in total, this recipe literally took me less than 10 minutes because I chose vegetables, proteins that are super easy, no prep really needed, and super easy to cook. And if they do cook, they cook really fast. So just keep that in mind if you're in a time crunch, to just like always have on either frozen vegetables or pre-cut vegetables or easy proteins that you can just pop into the recipe to make your cooking way easier and faster. I'm just adding some pepper, some soy sauce. Now the soy sauce is adding a lot of sodium already and saltiness, and then I'll taste it when it's all combined to see if it needs any extra salt for flavoring. I'm gonna also add in this furikake seasoning that has some seaweed and salt in it already, so this is gonna add way more flavor and just bring another umami depth to it that I like literally love. So I'm gonna add this before I add in any extra salt as well. So guys, do you see how it took one little container of rice, adding way more protein, vegetables, and flavor and nutrients in to make this huge bowl of breakfast, lunch, dinner, anything that you really want from it? And I'm just gonna top it with some leftover avocado that I have that I want to use up. It'll add healthy fats and great sources of fiber, antioxidants as well, and just that touch of creaminess. I also love green onions, so I'm gonna add in some green onions for garnish and some more fresh flavor. Kitchen scissors are a great hack for this, for whenever you don't feel like getting out your whole, cutting board. Not me just adding this for freaking decoration. But I am such a Koopy mayo lover, so I'm gonna add in just a little for some extra added creaminess. If you're a sriracha girly, put sriracha on this thing. If I ate this for breakfast, you know it's gonna be a good day. Nothing can go wrong. And you can tell I'm so excited to eat this right now. Like, this is my type of breakfast. Cheers. I just thought if you have rice cauliflower, you can even do like half normal rice, half cauliflower rice for even more fiber, vegetables in general, but this is sending me right now. So I just want to show you guys, this is where I'm stopping when I feel actually pretty full and satisfied. Not to the point of being uncomfortable, but like literally I'm good. I just want to show you guys that you don't have to eat everything on your plate. This is a basic mindful eating skill that I feel like everyone should know, that you don't always have to clean the plate regardless of how you grew up. Like, believe me. Like, I grew up in a household where if we didn't finish our plates, we were told we were being disrespectful, ungrateful, rude. Now that you're an adult, you can also make your own food decisions and you don't have to finish everything on your plate. I am a huge proponent of saving the leftovers. It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do the planet, it doesn't do anyone any good for you to just overeat on purpose just because you're just used to it. So get out of that habit and save these leftovers. This is good quality food that you can eat again, and you don't have to eat it all in one sitting. So I'm gonna save these, wrap it up, put them in the fridge, and enjoy either tomorrow for breakfast or maybe even for lunch if I'm really feeling this again. Y'all think I'm kidding, but I'm being so for real. Like, I'm saving this. And a lot of people would say like, oh, this is only like 3-4 bites. Yeah, it's 3-4 bites. And the more you get to know your body and learn how to listen to it, It's amazing how only 1 or 2 bites can take you further and further and deeper into a level of satisfaction and nourishment. And like every bite truly counts. So if you are struggling with the skill of mindful eating and like learning to listen to your body and eat in a way that feels good to you without under eating or restricting yourself, or on the latter end, binging and overeating and feeling constantly uncomfortable and like your clothes fit differently and then you just don't feel confident in your body, you would be a great fit for my Balanced Body community and Balanced Body program. First step to join is hop on a free call with me and we'll chat more if this is a good fit for you. So the last recipe is an easy, high protein, nourishing smoothie. So let's make it. First ingredient is gonna be rice cauliflower. You can do frozen cauliflower, fresh cauliflower. If you do use fresh cauliflower, I would add in more ice at the end to make it cold. Rice cauliflower is already broken up for you, so the blender doesn't have to do as much work. So we're gonna do about half a cup of this. And then that's gonna be a very sneaky hidden veggie source. And this is a great idea if you're picky on eating vegetables, or if you have kids, or if you have friends, or your significant other is picky on eating vegetables. They will never notice, okay? And believe me, you're doing them a favor. Go figure. Next ingredient is yogurt, Greek yogurt. You already know it's super high in protein. So we're actually gonna use a lot of this today, 1.5 cups. This recipe is without protein powder, so we really wanna use up the ingredients that are full and protein rich. That'll add some creaminess, some tang, and the protein. And then these are frozen cherries. I don't know about you, but I've been absolutely loving cherries for the summertime. They're just so perfectly sweet and like tart. The thing is, I would really recommend getting frozen because the fresh ones will have those pits in them, so they're not gonna blend well. And it's gonna take forever for you to pit them. I wouldn't even know how you would do that without eating the cherries themselves. So I digress. Just get the frozen cherries. They're already pitted for you. It's gonna be way easier for you to make in less than 10 minutes. Want about 1/2 cup. 1/2 cup of cherries is already giving you 1/3 of your daily fruit recommendation. Now I'm gonna add in some milk just to add in some liquid, but if you don't want milk, you could do any plant-based milk. You can do water or more ice cubes, up to you. It's your smoothie. Some people like it more watery, some people like it more thicker. I'm always like, let's just see what happens in the blender. And that's it. You can add some sweetener to it if you'd like, but I think the cherries are gonna be sweet enough for me. And we're just gonna blend it away. I don't know why, but this color just reminds me of Erewhon or like Hailey Bieber or one of those like celebrity smoothies from Erewhon, and it just makes me so happy. Ooh, okay texture. She's thick. I'm literally turning it, oh, okay. Creamy cherry smoothie. It's giving summer vibes. It's so freaking cute. I love the color. And again, see, it's so sneaky of you. Put in the rice cauliflower because you cannot tell there's any vegetables in here. Like, you would look at this color and just know that there's only fruit in here. Sneaky, sneaky. And like, truthfully, you cannot taste it. Because cauliflower is such a dull vegetable. Like, you have to add in a lot of flavor for it to become flavorful, but baseline, it's just kind of like, meh. The cherries are really the star of the show. And you're already getting in one smoothie, 1 serving of fruit, 1 serving of vegetables, and a whole lot of protein. Those are the recipes that I love and actually make in my own kitchen. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know if you make any of these recipes and drop suggestions on what I should make in my next cooking video. Bye!